Hello everybody. I'm just gonna wait for a minute. I'm pulling this up so I can see your comments. So I will probably wait for a second to see if anyone jumps on before I start. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And let's see. When you jump on, let me know if you can hear me. I need to get my hair out of the way. So, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. Sometimes technology scares me, so I don't know if I'm doing a good job. But we do have our 2 cups that we're going to be doing a crackle on. Let me see if you can see those a little bit better. So this is going to be a red glitter base. This is Johnny Appleseed. It's one of my favorite reds. Of course, you can find it at CDTC. And I'm also going to be doing a purple, just spray painted base. Originally, I was going to do a navy base because I had a different idea in mind. But we kind of got stuck at home this weekend because we had to go get COVID tests. So I'm just kind of working with what I had around. I believe this is a Krylon color. I believe it's a Arctic grape. It's really pretty. I've used it on a couple different cups. So I like that purple. I like how non-dark it is. And then we're also just going to be using this folk art. It's a crackle medium. And again, sorry if my voice cracks a little bit. We just kind of have some weird stuff going around. But yes, I got this at either Michael's or Walmart. I'm sure you can find it at most craft stores, I would assume. It's just kind of a liquid crackle medium. Some people use Elmer's glue. I haven't tried that yet just because I figured if there's something that's made for it that I would just use that because it seems easier. It's just the kind of personality that I have. And then the only other thing you'll need is your acrylic paint or your paint just to put over the crackle. I am doing just white this time. I have used other kinds of colors for crackles. I haven't done very many, so I'm hoping that today we don't mess up what I'm trying to show you. But again, if we fail, then we can just kind of figure out what we've done wrong and go from there. So I have not done this on a glitter base yet, but I've seen others do that before and it seems to look really, really pretty. So I wanted to try it. So pretty much, let me just get you'll also need your brushes. I use my cheap old sponge brush for the crackle medium just to put that on. And then I use a nice fresh brush for my paint. You want to make sure that it's pretty smooth. Hi, Rhonda. Pretty smooth. The crackle, it's an easy way to do a cup, but there are some different things that you can do that will mess that up once you get the crackle on. So you don't want a super hard brush because that will just pull all of your crackle away, at least from my experience. So it doesn't really say you need to shake it. I just kind of feel like shaking these things is the right thing to do. So I do shake it up a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and we'll start on our just spray painted base. So of course this is dried. I did just spray this morning, but it is dry. I just start by pouring it on and then just brushing it. I have noticed the thicker it is, the more crackles, or the thicker the crackle you'll get. So I try to just kind of change up how much is in different parts of the cup. Some parts I leave a little bit thin. Some I kind of go back in and do a little bit of a thicker coat. Oh, it is kind of fun just to see the different processes. Before I started doing cups, I had no idea that this type of thing even existed. They're not super popular in Wyoming, They're starting to kind of pick up speed here, but good old Wyoming folk, they don't need glitter on their tumblers. So, and I was just amazed at all the different things that you can do with these, and I'm just obsessed with it now. So you'll just want to make sure, I'm trying to hold it into the light to see, make sure I got it all. Don't forget your bottom. And then we do have to let these dry for a little bit. So I'm just gonna set that there. I don't have too many stands. I'll have to put the other one behind me. I don't know how. I've had like 8 stands sent to me with my turners, and I've lost all of them but one. So I don't know what happened, but you know, my craft area is a little messy. I have a lot of things going on at one time just because I do more than just cups. I do shirts and reverse canvas signs and all of that good stuff. So I have a lot of stuff going on in here. My shipping station, my heat press. I have quite a few different printers for different processes. So again, I'm just making sure that there is a good coat. I don't think you want it too thick, but like I said, I do put a thicker coat on some areas, just so maybe there's a little bit of a different design in there. Now, I do notice that it is a little bit harder to see on the glitter base, so I'm just going to look at it a little bit more carefully, make sure I have everything. Yeah, I'm sure that right now is a pretty busy place, or a pretty busy time for Christmas stuff. I have a couple craft fairs coming up, and I'm not sure if I want to do just Christmas stuff or what I want to do. Hi, Stephanie. So I am just using this folk art crackle medium. I think you can find it in most craft stores. It wasn't too expensive. And as you can see, you really, I don't know if you can see how much is still left in there. I've done about 5 crackle cups with this, and that's still how much I have. So a little bit does go a long way. All right, I think that one's ready. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I've lost all my stands, so I'm just going to stick this on the turner. And those do have to dry. It's not too long. It's about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe. We're going to check them here in a little bit, and maybe I'll grab my heat gun and try to dry it a little bit faster for us. But I figured maybe we could just go ahead and print off the water slides that I am going to be putting on these. So I'm going to try and turn you around so you can see my computer. I might have to move you. So if you get sick from like car sickness, close your eyes, because this might be a little so I can get you there, and then let me turn you around so you don't have to look at my face that close, maybe. All right, and then of course, then you get to see me right there again. So let's see. I do, when I do this, when I print my water slides that are clear, because they don't need to be cut on, let me see, I'm just gonna come over here and, oops. I'm also gonna pull this up just so I can see your guys' comments too. I use Silhouette Studio, even though I have only a Cricut. Sorry, you guys are slipping off where I have you. Let me see if I can, much better. Okay, and then I will just move my computer. So I do use Silhouette Studio, even though I don't have a Cameo. I would really like to get one in the near future. But right now, I just use this to print my clear water slides because I can fit more on a page at one time without the restrictions that Cricut has. because I don't like that. I like to use all of my paper. I have tons of random water slides that are just kind of hanging out. Sorry, I have quite a few different projects up here, so. All right. So this particular water slide right here is one that I'm just using for another cup I have behind me. So I figured I'd wait to print that one off until I could show you guys printing for these two cups. So with the red base, I haven't made too many Christmas cups just because, well, I don't like doing too many seasonal things unless asked. Just because I don't want to hold on to them for a whole nother year. But with the red glitter base, I thought it would be really pretty. When I get my designs, I either get them I purchase from designers that have sublimation Google Drives. I purchase from design bundles. I am a Plus member with them, so I do get a lot of stuff from the Plus section of design bundles as well. One thing with Silhouette Studio is when you open a new image, if it's too big, it'll put it on a different page. So I just copy it and I come over and put it on this page. And this is the one that I'm going to be putting on the red glitter base. I'll be honest, when it comes to measuring decals, I just kind of eyeball it. And, you know, I think once you work with different sizes of cups, you kind of get used to how big of decals you can do and things like that. These Crackle cups are both 20-ounce skinnies. So I kind of like the length of that one, but we'll cut it down just a little bit. So, yeah, I think we're going to go about that size. I think I like that for the red glitter cup. It's Christmassy, but it's not too Christmassy. I wouldn't mind using that. I mean, I still use my Halloween tumbler. And then we'll get one more. This is going to be the design I use on the purple cup. Maybe. Hopefully it didn't crash. Okay. There we go. Oops. Let's just exit out of that one. And I thought this would just be a really pretty design to put on that purple Crackle. Let's see, what size is that? That looks about good. I like that. That size is good. Let me make sure. Sometimes I have this, okay, I do have it set for A4. Sometimes I still have it set for my sublimation prints, which I do 13 by 19, and then when I go to print, it just looks really weird because it's not the same size. And then because I still have all this space down here, I'm just going to also print some random images that I've collected. Oops. Like I said, I really hate wasting paper, so I try to put as many designs as I possibly can on here. When it comes to size, I just kind of guess maybe what size it would look good on, what size, or just kind of the way that the decal is shaped and how that would look good on there. We might be able to fit one or two more on here, just depending on what we choose. Let's see. As you can see, I have a lot of saved things that I haven't done anything with, but I love them. Rhonda, I do sell them, yes. I do have a laser printer, so they don't need to be sealed or anything, but I love helping other crafters out who may not have the capabilities yet. So definitely, if you need something, I can definitely help you out. I love my laser printer. It has made water slides so much easier to deal with. Alright, so I think that might be the last one we'll get on there, which is fine. I will show you the settings that I use from Silhouette. You can see I still have Cricut Design Space. This is why my computer hates me, is because I always have so many things. All right, so the settings that I use for printing, I did notice that I was getting a little bit of smearing when I first got my laser printer. And so I just kind of, I always come in here to preferences to look to see what I have. I don't like going just based off of what the computer chooses. And again, I do use this for Silhouette for sublimation too, so the settings are different for each of those prints. So I, of course, want to make sure I'm on A4. Printer auto select, that's fine because I use the same thing. And I always, oh, I don't know why it's not like, okay. So usually it's automatically on unspecified. I think I printed water slides last night, so I had my settings saved. And I always choose Premium Choice Matte 120. That just seems to work the best for the water slide paper that I have. So we're going to get this printed, and then I will flip you around. All right, so I got my paper loaded. Gonna print, and then like I said, I will go ahead and flip you around, so give me 1 second. All right, there we go. And let me see, I had to kind of cut off comments for a second, so let's see. I don't know why it's not printing. Oh, there we go. I haven't used it yet today, so it's probably just waking up. So there we go, we got our sheets. Of course, because this is laser, you don't need to seal it. I could apply it right now if I wanted to. And it just works so much better. I love it. So if you're contemplating getting a laser for water slides, do it. It's worth it. One thing about laser printers that people tend to stray away from them for is because the ink is so much more expensive. And it is more expensive. I can't say that it's not, but what I can say is that I've had my laser printer since I think May or June, and it is just now running out of black ink for the first time. So for me, when I was using my inkjet printer, I was buying ink for that thing, for water slides and shipping labels and all of that stuff. I was buying ink just about 2 to 3 times a month, all of the colors. So when you kind of think about the price, it is more expensive at the moment, but it does last a lot longer. And honestly, I don't have to, when I used an inkjet, I just wasn't good at sealing them. I couldn't figure it out. I'd have to reprint and go through the whole process again and seal and reprint and seal. I very, very, very rarely have to reprint because I've messed something up on these. It's just more durable. So let's see. Let's check we're gonna check our cup. So actually, that might dry a lot faster than I thought it does, because it does seem to be pretty dry already. So we can go ahead and start getting our paint ready. Again, this is just, it's called titanium white. I think you can, most people do use white over their crackles, but I think it looks pretty with different bases as well. So let's see. Oh no, I lost my other, oh there it is. I lost my paintbrush. Yes, I am drinking out of a regular mug because we already did dishes today, so I wanted something I can just throw in the dishwasher. Just because it's the kind of lazy person I am. So, this is the hardest part about the Crackle, is getting the paint on, because you have to find a good balance between not enough paint and too much paint, because when you are painting your paint on this, you can't keep going over it and over it and over it until you like it. You can really just a couple strips, because once that starts drying on the crackle, if you keep going over it, it's going to pull the crackle away and off of the cup. But if you have way too much paint on a strip, then it kind of just doesn't crackle. So that's the hardest thing about crackling. And like I said, I'm not an expert yet. This is like my 5th attempt at it. My first couple ones I didn't do very good. So we will see how this goes, but again, just keep trying. It washes off easy. You haven't used any epoxy, so it's easy to strip. So I say play around with it. You'll kind of find a good happy medium of your own strokes, how much paint you like on it, how much crackling you like on it. So I just try to make sure I get a good amount on my brush, and I just paint down. And I know that's kind of hard to see right now. And you can see it's already starting to kind of crackle. But you can already see kind of right there, I pulled a little bit too much, which that's not too bad. That's not awful, but you can see how fast that starts crackling once that paint touches it, and that's why you can't keep going back and forth. So you just got to be prepared. So again, you can kind of see how fast that's starting to crackle. It's actually a really fun process to watch. I will say this is a little bit different for me. I really like to work on the turner, so I can just, I don't have to hold the tumbler. I've just always found it easier for me to work on the turner than off the turner, but I figure that might be a little difficult for this. But yeah, look at that. That looks so pretty. And then we don't have too much more. And then like, it's called don't pet the paint. That makes a lot of sense. I've never heard that before. Don't pet the paint. I like that. All right, I might have messed that little spot up. We'll see if it still crackles a little bit. But I like that purple under the white. I'm pretty happy with that one. So now I'm just gonna go set this on the turner and we'll grab the glitter base. Thanks, Rhonda. I know, I really liked the way that turned out. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit more paint in here, just because I feel like I do go through a little bit more paint than you would expect, just to make sure you get good coverage. All right, so like I said, I have not done this on a glitter base yet. I did epoxy it until I thought it was as smooth as I could possibly get it. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that this one turns out just as good, because I'm super excited. It's already starting to work. Yeah, I've seen people do the glitter bases, and I don't know why. I'm always scared to take the time to glitter a nice base and then screw it up. But you know, I think that stripping cups is super easy too. And yeah, it does waste epoxy when you mess up, but you can only just keep learning from it. And if you can learn a really cool new technique that people like, it's almost worth the epoxy that you have to go through to learn it. All right, we are almost done with this one, and I'm liking the way this one's turning out too. All right, I like this one too. I like it. Although it does look like I do have a little bunch of, or a little thick line of paint, so I'm just going to, without too much pressure, just kind of thin that out. And then, of course, you do need to let these dry. Thanks, Rhonda. So yeah, you know, just, we're gonna let them dry. And then, of course, before I do my water slides, I am going to do a coat of epoxy. Sorry, I'm looking for something to wipe my finger off with. So you will do a coat of epoxy before your decals or anything like that. I haven't tried it without doing epoxy, but I guess logically I would just think that if you're either putting vinyl and transfer tape, it's going to rip it off, or if you're using water and water slide, there's a good chance that you're going to smear it. So we're just going to give those a good dry. I'm going to put this on the turner. So yeah, I mean, I think that the Crackle cups are super easy and kind of fast to do. They give a nice look. I wish I had one up here to show you, but I have it downstairs in my craft show box. I have a show coming up in 2 weeks, so I have everything in a box. But just so you guys can see, I know some of you saw my half wrap video the other day. So this is the finished product of that half wrap. Now, originally I had made this with like a yellow chunky, but she requested either a pink or a teal turquoise, and I just thought that color was super pretty. So we went with that. Really, I mean, now there's really not much to do but wait for them to dry and kind of get that going. I'm trying to think. I'll show you what else I'm somewhat working on. I'm trying to attempt, I'm just trying to finish weeding this. I am trying to make a broken glass tumbler. So you can kind of see how that is starting to weed already. And then I'm just going to wrap the whole cup in this. So as soon as I kind of get on top of that and I have some time to work on it, I will show you kind of how that turned out too, but I'm super excited to see how that turns out. So I'm kind of working on that. Let's see, what else am I working on? And then I'm also working on this guy. I haven't decided what decals I'm going to put on it yet. I always have the hardest time with decals. I don't know. I can paint and glitter and come up with colors, but I just can never pick decals. I don't know why that's the hardest thing for me. Yeah, like I said, I have a ton of stuff going on. I also need to get the decal cut for this guy. It is one of those UV bubble tumblers. So I love these ones. These are some of my favorite tumblers to do. I just think they look so cool. It is smooth. It's ready for the decal right now. I haven't cut it yet because, again, I just have so many different kind of projects going on. But let's see, is there an, oh, Cheshire Cat. That would be good. That would be a good one. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can think of something for that. But, and then another one that I'm working on. This green is one of my favorite greens, and I'm hoping I'm saying this right. I believe it's Danu. This is from CDTC. It's just such a pretty green. I love it. And then that is the tumbler that I'm going to be putting this cactus on. I thought that would be a cute one. So let's see. Does anyone have any questions about anything I did for the Crackle, or any other questions in general, maybe about printing water slides or designs or anything like that? Because that went a lot quicker than I thought it would. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer for those to dry, but again, I'm very happy with how they came out. Sometimes it's okay to toot your own horn. And then, of course, I'm trying to come up with more things to try to show you. I by no means am you know, the greatest tumbler maker, but I do feel like I have some knowledge that I can share with you guys, and thank you, Rhonda, I appreciate that. I have knowledge that I can share with you guys. I'm not afraid to get on here and fail or mess up, because then that also helps you learn what not to do. So really, if there's anything that you guys want to see, how to do, anything you want to go over, just let us know, even if it's basic stuff, because we all had to start somewhere, and we all had to learn from, at least we had to learn somehow. And so if I can help people even in their beginning stages, I love to do that, because I know that even I'm going to learn stuff from that. So that's just the kind of person I am. So anytime you guys can think of anything you want to kind of go over, just let us know, and we'll be more than happy to set up a live for you guys and jump on here and answer all your questions. I'm still really new to doing the whole live thing, so I still am a little bit nervous coming on here, but you guys always make me feel so comfortable. This is, again, by far my favorite group, so this is why this is the group that I love to help. Because you guys are all just so wonderful and nice, and you guys all make beautiful cups and always have such good suggestions for each other, that if I'm going to help anybody, this is the place that I'd love to be helpful for. So, again, sorry this was kind of a short live, but we're probably just going to end it there, because I'm not going to wait for the paint to dry with you guys, but I will definitely share updated pictures once I get those water slides on and all of that. And then if you have any questions, go ahead and just comment on the video, and we'll go ahead and get them answered for you.